What happens in Tunis doesn't stay in Tunis, apparently. Cairo, the capital city of Egypt, has been rocked by protests unseen in decades. While the U.S. State Department is issuing statements that the government there is stable, everyone's paying attention to unconfirmed reports that President Mubarak's wife and family have landed in Heathrow, London, with 97 pieces of luggage. Al Jazeera English, which can be seen on Free Speech TV, alongside GRITtv, had this report from the early morning hours in Cairo. Take a look.
Central Cairo, a battlefield. Shortly after 1 o'clock in the morning, police moved in. Just listen. Scenes the capital hadn't witnessed in living memory. The one thing these pictures cannot relay, the choking tear gas-filled air. This was the scene just a few hours earlier, a defiant crowd taking their day of anger into the night.
More than 9 hours after protests began earlier this morning, the momentum is clearly still there. Thousands of people are still gathered in a famous Tahrir Square in downtown Cairo. Many are saying they're willing to even overnight here in the cold, on the street, if that's what it takes for their voices to be heard.
Sporadic confrontations had been erupting throughout the day, some resulting in deaths and injuries.
They shot at us. They shot at us. Why? I don't know. Who are we? The enemy? Am I an enemy of the state? I came here to ask just for rights. I came here to ask for a home, for a dignified life, for a regime in power for 30 years to go away.
Inspired by the events in Tunisia, Egyptian activists had used social networking sites to spread the word and plan their protest. Calls for an uprising against security forces, as well as poverty, corruption and unemployment. Anger has been brewing here for years. Egyptians no stranger to the kind of economic hardships that toppled the Tunisian regime. But protests had remained limited, and many such calls had fizzled out, all until Tuesday. The day of anger literally breaking new grounds, with ordinary Egyptians, not just activists, taking to the streets.
We are tired, ma'am. We are tired. Stop the price hikes. We are suffering. We are Egyptians. We love Egypt. But stop this. We want to eat. We want to live. We and our children.
But as a traditionally apathetic populace made history on Tuesday, a police force that initially showed some leniency ultimately decided not to break with tradition after all.